Oh, my name's Fox Nine, and I'm at Fox. I couldn't find my Samurai Jack shirt. I knew I gotta watch Primal because that's another one that Tartovsky's made. But I know like the Samurai, like if you don't know who I believe it is pronounced Tartovsky. I could be wrong. Tartovsky he's the guy who made Samurai Jack, or yeah, I believe it's he made Samurai Jack, made what was it? Samurai Jack, the Clone Wars, the first 2D animated one. I believe he apparently made Primal. I think he might have made it help with Dexter. I'm not entirely sure. There was a whole thing that talked about that's a video that kind of showed some shit like that. I don't know. And then now Unicorn Warriors Eternal, which, if I'm remembering correctly, is it Dr. Styro or Mr. Styro? I'm gonna go with Doctor because it sounds more fancy. But told me about this. This is how I knew about it. And I'm not gonna lie, when he said, "Oh yeah, watch Unicorn." Let's see, hold on. Let me see. Mr. Styro. When Mr. Styro has told me, "Oh, go watch Unicorn Warriors Eternal," I kind of, and like, here's the thing. Hold on, make sure this is working. And this is all going good. Okay. Here's the thing. You tell me Unicorns Eternal, and here's the thing. Centaur World. If I was not told that was a good show, I probably would not have watched it. Like, it were, like, I legit wouldn't have, and like, kind of, and like, looking at it, and like, maybe I would have, I don't know. But here's the thing. Looking at it, when I was looking at it, when I watched that show, it took me a minute from the silliness of it for me to kind of start getting more and more into the groove of it. It's a thing where I kind of have to slowly learn sometimes to accept the insanity sometimes, a little bit. That being said, sometimes if something's too serious, it also takes me a minute to get into it too. There's usually a middle ground. So when I heard Unicorn Warriors Eternal, I'm like, oh, it's probably like another Centaur World, which, mind you, I like Centaur World. Especially stuff with Ryder. Ryder's my favorite character in that. It kind of honestly made me a little miffed when her hair kind of went poofy, cartoony. I'm like, you didn't have to do that to her. You really didn't. But it's like, she was badass with swords. Badass as all hell. And then, you get into the Centaur World thing, and I'm like, all right, I can deal with this. It's funny. It's funny. It's good. It's, silly. But also, like, it's like, okay. All right, we're doing this. Nothing against that, though. I like silly shit, too. So when I heard Unicorn Warriors Eternal, I'm like, oh, God, it's going to be like Centaur World, isn't it? Like, again, it's going to be a really good show, but I'm going to have to get through a lot of silly shit to get to the parts I more want to see. And, like, that's not saying, like, again, everything in Centaur World I didn't want to see. I actually did like a lot of Centaur World. It's just there are some bits where I'm like, okay, come on now. So, when I heard the name, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? I'm like, fine, I'll like, Mr. Star was recommending it to me. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be good. I should watch it. And then I'll get to it. So I'm driving, and I get a notification of some fan art I was watching. Not me, just fan art in general. And it was of these two characters. And I looked at them, and I'm like, who the hell is this Betty Boo looking chick? And this other one with flames around her and black flames. I'm like, who is this? And then I read, yeah, from my new favorite show, Unicorn Warriors Eternal. And I'm like, excuse me? And like the setting is like old-timey steampunk. And I'm like, what? So then as soon as I'm driving, I'm like, God, I gotta get home and watch this damn show now. And I watched it. It's the this review of episode 1 and 2. Even though I only have episode 1, I might look at the episode 2 teaser. Because I don't know if someone can tell me where I can find like the full episodes to watch, or at least full episodes where I can then put them on screen so I can go through them clip wise. I would be very appreciated. But in that same note, this show is awesome. I love this a lot. Where basic, This is alt history, alternative history. Like, it takes place on Earth. I say that, but I'm not even entirely sure that's right. It takes place on Earth, but there's some slight differences, you might say. Like, just for example, first off, I think this is a mindscape. I'm not entirely sure. This is one of the characters. I like to call him Buff Aang. He kind of is Aang a little bit, but pretty much. Let's put it this way: Ancient Egypt. Yeah, so you would think desert, pyramids, mummies, maybe, stuff like that. Giant fire snake fighting a medieval elf with a magic sword. If that alone didn't hook you on this show. And then Fire Girl. Which, not gonna lie, this design is pretty good too. All their designs are really good. But that design is pretty good too. But I really like, because we later on find out that like this is like an eternal enemy, eternal evil that they're constantly fighting. I think it might, because they're saying ancient Egypt, it might be like shit, what is it? It's a giant snake that tries to eat the goddamn world that Ra has to fight back every so often. But these three are a magical team who fight this thing, and pretty much it hurts Melinda here, which, I'll say this right now, I usually don't remember characters' names that big, especially when it's in a team. I remember her name immediately, so just shows how much I'm liking this character.
Melinda is hurt.
Thank you, freaking, what is it, Ruby Sapphire? The one in, you know who I'm talking about. Also, like, you could tell 100% this was made by Tarkovsky, not just because of, I wouldn't even say really the art style, though the art style does kind of give a bit, but also because she's kind of looks like Ashi. If I remember her name, right? Ashi from Samurai Jack with the finale of Samurai Jack. She kind of looks like Ashi. I'm like, yeah, you could tell, like, they were like, I really liked Ashi, and I want to tell more stories with that. Let's go. Like, if they want to do, like, a connected universe, and it turns out that she's a daughter of Aku, that would be kind of amazing. Honestly, it wouldn't be, you could probably do that. And there's time travel in this too. If at some point we see Samurai Jack appear, that would be amazing.
Save your strength.
These two are in love. Best friend. Giant clockwork robot comes out, along with Merlin, which I can only assume is the Merlin, which also, fun fact, the reason why Merlin is so powerful, at least from what I've heard, the reason why Merlin was so powerful, such as a wizard and all that stuff, is because he's actually a failed Antichrist experiment. Yeah, he is half human, half incubus, if I remember correctly. His dad was an incubus, his mom was a human, they tried to make the Antichrist, didn't work, but it left him with a kid with a super powerful magic. Which also, like, one of the stories of Merlin, and again, I've heard these stories a long time ago. One of the stories about Merlin was that everyone said, like, he doesn't have an actual father. He doesn't have a human father or whatnot. And, like, that's why he is still powerful. And it's also a reason why a king at one point said, why does my castle keep falling? And Merlin's like, oh, it's because you got two goddamn dragons underneath your castle. And if you dig them up, they're going to fight. And they're going to show who's going to win and who's going to lose. If the white one wins, if the white one lives, you win. If the red one wins, your enemies are going to come kill you. And I think it depends on the storytelling. I think the red one dies in one, and the king is, or the other one. It's either way. But yeah, so Merlin, half demon. I was gonna say Nephilim, but Nephilim is actually half angel, half demon. I actually don't think there is a word for, at least not something that's at least well known, for a half demon, half human. Half angel, half human, that is a thing. That's a Nephilim. And I know in Devil May Cry, the DMC reboot, they did call Nephilim as a half angel, half human, but technically it's only a half human, half angel. Anyways.
Marlin, you have succeeded, as I knew you would.
You cold-hearted
As you know you would.
fool. It almost cost Melinda her life.
But it did not.
Yeah, and also, like, you can't really tell it right here. You will in a minute.
Will return, and so much.
The art styles change between different time periods.
Yes, I see it.
He's very much like Aang mixed with Dr. Manhattan.
Your souls will protect the world throughout eternity. This is Copernicus. It will command your souls to return. I have brought him from the future.
Here's the thing, too. If you look at a lot of this, like a little bit of this stuff, it really gives Zelda CDI feels. If you ever seen the Zelda CDI cutscenes, yeah, that's a lot of what I kind of feel for some of these bits. And pretty much... Oh, yeah, and remember, Ancient Egypt, 3 moons, and a unicorn. Ancient Egypt, everyone.
We have the blessing of the magic realm.
And pretty much then throughout time, Copernicus revives? I'm not entirely sure. Hold on. I guess it is their reincarnations. They when they die, they reincarnate into a new body, and then I guess Copernicus wakes up. That's why the episode 1 and 2 are called The Awakening. I assume that's how it is, or he's shoving the souls into random ass bodies. But it does really come off more that he's finding where their bodies have resurrected into. It seems, are reincarnated into. So then, like, he then hits them with the magic beam, and boom, they regain their memories and powers. As the fight this, which I'm guessing now it's turning on the form of the World Serpent. Oh, it's a druid. I didn't realize that. Cyclops. Oh, I didn't even recognize this outfit. That's a badass outfit. Also, his sword, though simple, is very cool. And basically throughout time, they are, all this is happening. They keep being reincarnated. These 3 guys come in, which turns out to be robots, which might be from the future. Also, Merlin said that he's from the future, which I'm not sure how far in the future. I'm guessing from the 1850s. From what this is. Because it's also set... Hold on a minute. Well, first off, you can tell he's very steampunkish. Which... There's for some reason that gave me Batman vibes, right? Batman the Animated Series. But pretty much Copernicus wakes up after they accidentally dig him up. And steampunk world. They live in a goddamn steampunk world. Which... There's a very few there's some settings that like will grab me immediately. A post-apocalyptic, definitely Kipo. Post-apocalyptic is a setting that definitely grabs my attention immediately. Especially it has to be post-apocalyptic, but still have remnants of the past civilization. So Horizon Zero Dawn, I gotta play the newest game, but Horizon Zero Dawn, it borders on the line of, like, I'm very interested in that world, and also, because, like, not enough of the old world is there. It's, 1,000 world years, whatever. But coming like Kipo, the old world is extremely present throughout 90% of that show. And that's awesome. Another one is 50s, 20s, roaring 20s kind of style thing, which I originally thought this was going to be, and then I, watched more into it. But roaring 20s. Mom's stuff. I love that stuff. And then Steampunk actually is another one that I actually really do enjoy. I was a fan, very, very big fantasy Steampunk. So he goes out to continue fighting to find more. And then here's where we kind of get more of the animation we're going to be dealing with. God damn. Okay. Okay, so just looking at this right now. When I was looking at these guys, I was like, why does this remind me of the new Tom and Jerry cartoons? Like, if you ever seen, hold on. It's like, God, I'm trying to find it. There's some really, actually, hold on. This is going to be the easiest way to do it. Is it
In the entire movie.
You know what happened to the boy who suddenly got everything he ever wanted? He lived happily ever after.
This face right here. This entire show has a... And here's the thing. Not this... Love or hate this Tom and Jerry movie. I've never actually really watched it. I've only seen a nostalgic review of it. But by God, if you want to see a shit ton of funny-ass reactions, this show is going to have you covered. But also, like, this art style that it goes with is very classic cartoons. And here's the thing. I apparently grew up in a weird-ass time where I grew up watching original Looney Tune cartoons to the early 2000s to, like, you know, all the cartoons running up to now. I have a memory of a shit ton of cartoons, but also, like, I know, like, I used to watch VHS tapes of the original Tom and Jerry's, of the original Looney Tune stuff. Betty Boo. Because, by God, and here's the thing, by God, does this girl look like Betty goddamn Boo? Especially when she transforms. But, like, even the animation for the characters, they give them, like, very classic animation kind of things. Like, looks. Maybe it's just because also, like, it's been a minute since I've seen cartoons with, like, a lot more. And I'm not saying, like, it's a bad thing or not, because a lot of designs are more simplified. But definitely, like, this is very much the cartooniest looking cartoon I've seen in a minute, and that's really great. The dad holding back his tears. And here's the thing, Tartakovsky's cartoons are, like, good for doing reactions and shit like that. They have really good reactions. But pretty much, it's her wedding day. He cries. That's a cute little thing. That's the guy she's gonna marry. See, and stuff like that. Like, the eyes. Like, it's such a classic, like, looking cartoon. I like that. I actually gotta watch Symbiotic Titan, because that's another one Tartakovsky made, if I remember correctly.
Shall we to share in this?
But yeah, robot comes in. These guys are like, wait a minute. And then they eventually just get the hell out of the way, because they're like, yeah, no, we ain't gonna be able to fight that thing. This guy pulls out a sword, because he brought that to a wedding for some reason.
Come on, man.
They all decide to fight, which I'm like, when I put in my notes, I'm like, oh good, they're smart enough not to fight the giant robot. I'm like, never mind. The big ass, like very Popeye looks. The characters have very Popeye-esque designs. That's what I was trying to go for. Popeye designs, and then you have Miss Betty Boo here. Is that a lightsaber sound effect?
What in blazes?
Sit down, Captain Crunch. Which, I'll say this too, which is funny because I just saw a video where it's like, Disney doesn't know how to make cartoons anymore. When what was it? Was it the newest one? I can't remember the name, sadly, but I did like it. Strange World. That one has very much like that kind of almost classic cartoon look to it. And I actually really liked that. And this has it too, but honestly, the designs I love a lot in 2D. But yeah, they get hit with the beam, and then Emma here. It's a bit of a makeover. Which, hell yeah, that looks badass as all hell. Yeah, that's gonna do something.
Stop.
Which I love this design. It's a very simple design too, but it's really good. And like, you gonna tell me that doesn't give like you Betty Boo look? Like that looks like Betty freaking Boo, and I love that. That's not like oh you're stealing. That looks really good. I'm happy to see something like that.
Emma!
Ooh, Captain fucking Crunch. Those sideburns, man, Jesus. That's a really good design. Simple, but mwah.
My dearest child!
I
Fucking
am
Irish.
not your child.
Scottish.
Oh, Emma.
Emma, please.
Which,
That thing. It did
the ginormous lips.
something to you. Please. Please let me help you. I love you. Emma.
Boy, I don't know how you can break this to you. No.
Emma.
Which, I'm interested in how this works too. Hold on. One amazing scene. But she flies away. We then cut to Miss Bouncing Butt here. Because this this entire scene is just her ass bouncing throughout a graveyard. Like, hold on. Anyways, and also I actually kind of like how like the security system, because Miss Fox lady here asked what happened, and black and white cartoon. And I'm guessing, okay, that she's most likely the demon serpent. Atem, is it Atep? I can't remember what it was. Apep. That snake here lies, beloved pet of the prince, most humble gift from the Maharaj of India. But anyways, after that, we cut to Melinda flying through the sky, which we see a little bit more of the city, which again, I love steampunk stuff. It's great. Although I will say, like, they call Dishonored steampunk. Technically, I'd say it's oil punk. Diesel punk's another one that I actually really want to see more of. Diesel punk actually is kind of cool. It has like that one has like that 1920s, actually it has more of the 1950s style. And it like, it's really cool. Like, it legitimately is like kind of a cool design concept. But then so having like the steampunk-esque kind of things, actually really nice. Yeah, see all the airships and everything. And then, because here's the thing too, it looks like she's remembering her memories, and then suddenly they're gone. And the thing is, like, man, I don't know what it is. It's like the sheen with also added on top of everything that it gives that like Samurai Jack feel. I don't know what it is. And the thing is, the one thing I actually love about these cartoons too, like the Tarkovsky cartoons, stuff like that, is that it doesn't need dialogue all the time. And it can do, like, just quiet things. We're like, yeah, there's no dialogue here, just, this way, that way, oh, shit. And also, that's a very classic cartoon setup. Yeah, so, like, this, like, angle and everything, like, very, like, gives me that Samurai Jack kind of feel. Also love how this robot has no talking, even though I thought he was going to have some kind of accent. But doesn't need it. Because, you know, just actions and movement. Which is a very more classic cartoon kind of thing. Using action and movement more for the tell of the story.
What did you do to me?
Yeah, that's English.
What?
I love her design, just the rectangular-ish head. Like, if you told me like, you know, go to Roger Rabbit, and like Betty Boo was like, you know, they never want me work anymore, and they just said like, Betty, we got you a new cartoon, and like, I'd be like, yeah, I'd see it, I'd 100% see it. Like, Betty Boo got some work, got some work every year, or I could be her daughter. Back, but like, yeah, like you like. I love her design. I love her design. It's really good. That's why when I saw the fan art and I saw it, I'm like, holy shit, I love that design. Like, yes.
Am I supposed to understand any of that?
And then Copernicus then decides it's probably best to show her. God, the quiet. Like, that's the thing. God, and I love... Yeah, man, it's like... I'm trying to think of like the way to describe it, because I really like looking at this cartoon. Like, I'm not sure how to describe it. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it specifically. Like, it's not saying like there's other cartoons like, oh, I hate looking at it. But there are some this is a cartoon where I'm looking at, I'm like, God, I love looking at all the little details and see like how they kind of did it. Like just the movement of it, like the shading of like Copernicus here, or the shading on Melinda here. Like, wow, it's good. It's amazing to look at. I love that a lot. Even that, like, it almost feels like a comic book, too. It also looks like she has a beret on her. Like, I legit think you could probably make this cartoon in black and white, and it would fit perfectly with the art style. Like, it's... See, like, it's just her, like, peeking over his shoulder and everything. Like, the characters have so much personality. The characters have a ton of personality. And basically says there's this thing, which I'm not entirely sure. I guess it's just a just-in-case temple. And showing who they are, showing the past, showing what they kind of do. I guess the first incarnations, I guess. Well, that is what they are, but he's trying to describe it.
What? That is me?
And also another cool thing that's actually awesome is that, like, the question is, again, does she, like, the question is this actually their reincarnations? Is it just that he holds her soul and then puts it back into them? Or something along those lines? And then also, and that's, like, he just finds a body that's perfect for them to be in? Or, like, is there some kind of thing? Because eventually the bad guy brings up, like, this might be their last incarnation. Reincarnation with, like...
My parents? Were they my parents? How can I not know?
The design is so good.
Get that light off me.
And also, it is a question of... I love that, too. He's like, yep, yes, ma'am. And pretty much then she says, like, well, maybe they'll know. And Copernicus is like, yep, we gotta go find them. God, and just like that look I like too, that confused kind of look, because that's even a look like Jack gets whenever he's confused or wondering, like, okay, what do I do? Like, that's a look. Like, it's like, it looks very vacant. It's that vacant kind of look, like just like confused, but also really adorable. Like, yeah, I love this. And again, just the slight quiet of everything, while then, you know, bringing it up. I love it. Like, the reactions too, like you saw Melinda's face there. The designs of the different cars too. Like, I wanted to see more of this world also. Classic cartoon. Just the classic cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoon, like Saturday morning, like comic book look of, again, like Popeye and stuff, like. And then even, like, right here, like, I like this scene, too. They're just waiting at the stoplight. The little side-eye look. A little smile. And then also, you know, like, we might be new for 1890 Auto. Oh, that's the one that attacked him. So I wonder if we've reached the time where he was created, because Merlin says he's from the future, or are these guys the older version of him, because he has a lot more shit and he's able to destroy these guys pretty easily. That's a little look where she's like, "Are you one of them?" Like. The trap. It has that classic cartoon. I keep saying it because I love that look though. And like the energy, the movement, the animation. The thing that shouldn't bend, but it did. And pretty much, it's them going off into the ocean, and then like at the end we kind of do like and I think too when them drawing this, you can definitely see like the classic cartoon look even more with their sketches. Gennady Tartakovsky, yep. Storyboard. Jesus Christ, wait a minute, hold on. How many times does he pop up in the fucking thing? Let's see. Directed by Gennady Tartakovsky. Written by Derek Bachman and Gennady Tartakovsky. Storyboarded by Gennady Tartakovsky. Oh, character design, Steven DeStefano. Sound design, Joel Valentine. Music by Tyler Bates. Come on, Tartakovsky, I know you could be in something else. Aw. Alright, and then, like, episode 2, they either are not going to show it on here, or I don't know, but there's a promo, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Episode 1, 2 promo, no. See that? Man, they should just put it all fucking together. Normal Human Unicorn Eternal, episode 2. What?
You need the love of each other. For you are all brothers bounded by tragedy. All you need is support and healing. Yes!
Jesus.
Okay, I've had it. Let's knock some sense into him.
Unicorn Eternal. Wait, is this... Oh, this is like... Okay, this is part of the episode. Anyways, pretty much, they come to this boys' home on an island where the students were just left to grow up, I guess. And, pretty much, like, we get a scene where, we see a little bit of Emma's past with her ex-fiance. And pretty much turns out, this kid is... Buff Aang, but his reincarnation, and apparently he sees into space and all this stuff, and then also space and the alternate realms and the world tree, and he's a really good fighter, and like you can definitely see like the classic cartoon kind of thing with his movement and like even his character design. Like, yeah, like this is very classic Popeyes. And then let me see.
Edward.
Let me see. Do we have a little bit more? I actually do like the scene where she's trying to help them blend in. And God, she's adorable. Like this classic Looney Tunes ass damn thing. XXL.
Well,
XXXL.
I think that's a bit less conspicuous.
I love her design. Have I said that already? It's freaking terrifying, but also kind of amazing. Gonna give him a less rattier cloak. I also love this scene right here. Ah, damn it, they cut it off. Damn it. Okay, so someone has uploaded all the parts. And yeah, I think it's... Okay, so I can kind of go through a little bit of this. Pretty much they go to the home, which I love, like this whole little thing right here. They get off. Her design. Anyways, I had to stop complimenting this design. I just love the Betty Boo look. Gets her wet, blows it off. Like, again, there's these small interactions which I really, really love. And again, you don't need all that dialogue. And it's funny I'm saying this because in Owlwolf Town, there's a shit ton of dialogue because I can't do this animation stuff. So dialogue is the best way I can get story across. I apologize. That I see a little smile. I love that. Yeah. Squeersy Bee School for Orphan Boys, 1772.
Very familiar.
You're very low. But yeah, there's this old thing happens where they're playing soccer?
Oh dear.
Or football. And Jesus. Yeah, another good animation way that's very similar to this is the original Pinocchio, the animated Pinocchio, Disney Pinocchio. It has very similar designs to like this also, like especially with this guy with his buck teeth. It's really cool seeing these and like just like even like how they're standing, like, yeah, boy, you want some chewing tobacco? It's like what I see when this kid who turns out to be the what the fuck is going on there? Reincarnation of the reincarnation of Marvel Boy, not Marvel Boy, Aang. Which hits him with a beam, turns him, his puffy hair melds into his brain, I guess. I don't know. And he comes all floaty and shit. He's a cosmic monk, I think it said. Look at that. God. The faces. This show is made to be obviously a classic cartoon, which makes it also perfect for memes, I'm sure. And like him meeting his past self.
Who are you?
I am you.
But you don't look like me.
Our souls are now.
And I also kind of like how like the animation between these two look very different, at least design-wise.
As one. Eventually, you will understand. I must go. The future has been
The
altered,
people need me.
but there's still time.
10 central. Anyways, so that's that. And then you also have eventually when they meet. Can I see it? Emma tries using magic. No. When they eventually meet him, which one he has. This is how we look beforehand. Very Speed Racer-esque design.
Melinda, why did you do that?
And I just think too, I also thought like I wasn't gonna like his character, but the little bit I've seen, I actually kind of really do like him character-wise.
It is I.
But also, like, this I also really love, too, is he remembers pretty much, he says some things are foggy, but he pretty much remembers everything of who he's supposed to be, and that everyone should remember who they are, but for some reason, Melinda doesn't, and this kid, I'm not entirely sure.
Edred. Copernicus.
Right, everyone thinking it was a show because of a magic trick.
This is better than anything in the West End.
Which eventually... Wait to see. Hold on.
You are Melinda. You're part of a magical order sworn to protect the world of all evil. We fight under the banner of the unicorn. This is Copernicus. His duty is to awaken us. Seng is a celestial monk, one of the few who can traverse the cosmic threads between space and time.
He just looks high as hell.
But he's just a kid. To manage the cosmic realm is beyond a child's comprehension.
I mean, if he's his reincarnation and he was supposed to have all his memories, wouldn't he already be able to? Or is it just that he only would remember? Like, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of questions, and it's the beginning. It's not like, oh, these are plot holes, but these are more long questions that can be answered later, which I like. Why is there a phoenix? Who knows?
None of this feels right. Even my mind is clouded.
Well, that's the first thing that anybody has said to me that makes any sense. This is not who I am. It's all part of some elaborate hoax or bad dream.
My love, stay calm.
I'm not your love. I don't believe any of this.
And I legit don't know how this is gonna end. Like, I don't think she's gonna get back with the other guy, but I also don't know if she's gonna get with this guy. I don't know.
Protect the world from evil.
Yes. Also, eventually the snake thing comes up with a zombie elephant. Slams her across the ground. Also, I don't know if they have it here, but there's a scene in the first episode. You see the part where, let me see. In the first episode, you actually have this part where he's in the cosmic realm, the opening, and he's looking around and he sees the snake appear. And there's a similar scene in this where he sees like the energy going through the elephant. So whatever the cosmic realm is, that snake has a connection to like that and everything else. Also, his sword flies, or it makes him fly.
Emma.
This dude comes back,
Winston?
and he's like, we gotta get out of here.
I've been searching for you since you left our wedding.
God, stop.
We have to get
I gotta stop commenting on this design. I love it too much.
know what is going on, but it is not safe. Emma?
I can't go with you.
What? No. Emma?
All your scenes are sad puppy dog face.
Please. I will not.
I'm not Emma.
I feel like he could become a bad guy.
anymore.
No. You are.
I feel like the Fox ladies were gonna use him, like, we can make your Emma come back.
Please, stop saying that.
Your Emma is gone. I am Melinda.
Which honestly is a name that isn't that bad. That's the thing too. Like, that's a very regular-esque name, which is like, oh, Emma. No, my name is Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, it's not something like that. It's, it's. I don't know why I picked. That is a weird ass name, so I guess it works. Oh, your name's Ben? No, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Also, I 100% was expecting that dude, that elephant's tail to just ripped off. But pretty much then it looks like they're about to lose, and eventually Emma tries to use magic, and it goes over poorly. It goes over poorly, explodes, and then it kind of ends with them wondering, like, what the hell is going on, and then the Fox Lady saying, this might be their last incarnation. Which, again, I'm just commenting. I love the look of the characters. I love the classic Saturday comic, like, newspaper comic cartoon look. The classic, and, like, different animation from, like, even different kind of things, where, again, you have Popeye-looking characters to... man, I can't remember what it's called, but Betty Boo was a different studio, and I can't remember what studio that was, but like that kind of look to it, to the freaking other kid and stuff like that, to the, where is he?
What the heck was that?
To this kid when he gets possessed and everything, like, and even like the different incarnations, it's. Jesus Christ, that face. It's really good. I legit am loving it. If someone can tell me where I could find the whole clip thing where I have to be jumping between different videos, to show you guys, I would love that. But yeah, I'm legit, like, I am excited for this show. I am legitimately excited for this show. I can't wait for stuff to come out for it. But yeah, like, I'm legitimately excited for this show. I want to see what's gonna happen next, and I'm hoping, even though, like, I would have loved if this was on regular Cartoon Network. That way, it would probably get a bigger audience wise. But then again, like, Rick and Morty got really big, and that was just Adult Swim too. So, and that was made for strictly adults. This one, I could see had been on like right after Samurai Jack. Like that's the kind of thing. This is a show that could have been on regular TV, but maybe they're like, you know what? Let's move this and the Superman show. Let's move this to Adult Swim and see if we can make some magic there. And so far, it seems to be going right. I hope it's going all right. Actually, what is it? 666 million views. Even the devil likes this. Anyways, yeah, I'm liking this a lot. And again, if the name Unicorn Warriors Eternal throws you off, give it an actual chance because by God is it good. But yeah, I'm not sure what much else to add. This is great. This is legit awesome and I love it. I also love how she kind of slightly gets a tan when she transforms too. But yeah, this is great.
Dearest child.
My dearest child.
I am not your child.
They probably would think you're a demon or a witch in this time period, but whatever.
Stop.
God, just the design, like the simplicity of it all. It's so good. But yeah, But yeah, it's everything else below. Thanks for watching. Share videos I've done. Links are on my Facebook, description, share videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. This is great. It comes out every Thursday, so I'm going to try to catch this every time it comes out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Share videos, and we will see you later. I legit also want to see more like other things. We have elves and celestial monks and whatever Melinda is. And I want to know, I want to know where they come from. Are they all from Earth? Is it like, this is still a magical fantasy world, but obviously like follows somewhat of our time? I don't know.